Test, test. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Act as list. Hmm. Hello, welcome. How are you? How is everyone? So today I implemented this thing for having nice URLs that's called friendly ID. And today we're going to do a few things. Well, I have just one thing in mind because I need the content. Need to work on the content. The problem is I have icons of problems with the audio. So you see this headset I'm using is kind of not very good. It's not working very good. And you can see I use it quite a lot already. Like it's falling apart almost. So I need something new before I can actually record I think my videos. Oh, let me show you that in full. Maybe you can't see that, but they're kind of falling apart. It's hard to see in the video, but yeah, it's hard to see, but it's peeling off this part. It's like falling off and stuff, and it makes noises and things. So it's hard to work with this thing and make good videos. So I have a few options for that. It will be helpful if more people bought my book so I can afford better equipment. I can get better equipment for you. But yeah, for now, this is what we have. And let's see. I'm also having a problem with my video editor because I have been using Lightworks, but it has all kinds of problems as well. I have to import videos and the audio twice. Have to do a lot of editing on the audio. So yeah, that's a thing. And I was here's some of the features I have in mind. It would be nice to have a download section for each course because I have extra content like PDFs and things like that that I would like to share with members. So I think having that download section will be helpful. So that just could be an extra tab in here. So we can have like lesson comments and downloads. Lesson comments downloads will be nice. because in downloads you can also combine exercises and extra resources. Maybe it can be resources instead of downloads. But download resources, well, it's more generic, I guess. But downloads is more like more tangible. You get something you can actually, you can actually download something, right? And you can still, I guess you can still drop links and things like that in there. So that's a thing. Um, yeah, so we have the syntax highlight then. We have still our placeholder video. We have this new friendly ID gem, which allows us to, instead of using the ID to reference a specific course or lesson, we can use this little text. To, so it's more descriptive. So for this course, see, um, like that, so that's better. Alright, so this is already done. Had a little bit of problem with that. In the admin section, I don't know why it didn't work for a moment. I don't think I changed anything, and then it started working. So whatever. This admin is, I don't know, it's kind of strange. And I found this command for reading the logs is useful. And here is a thing I learned as well. Using ls-r, you can read the logs with colors. So here is the thing. Not ls, less, sorry. So this is for your notes. If you do less log development, oh, not log development, like that, you see you get all of these things, characters, which makes reading the logs really hard, right? Because they get like in the way of your reading the actual things, besides this part that doesn't have that. But if you have like active record operations and things like that, that gets that. And what this is, if you don't know, what this is ASCII coloring codes. So what is, you don't see this in an, I'm going to show you how to solve this. What this is this saying this is one color, this is another color, this is another color. So it's basically colors, color codes, right? So this is what this is, but less. So I open this with the program, the command less in Linux, which I believe is also available in Mac. Um, less by default doesn't know how to interpret these color codes, right? So this 35, 51, 34, 34 again. And you see them and you don't see the colors because the less program doesn't know how to interpret this. So I was looking into disabling the codes, and you can do that by going to configuration on Rails. So like you can do production environment and then add is something like config color colorize hold on, colorize logs equals false, something like that. And then what happens is that you won't see these things. You won't put these color codes in there. But I found a better solution than that is that actually have your reading program, your log reading program, which for me is less because with less you can search, you can scroll up, you can scroll down. It's very useful. So the solution I found instead of disable the colors, which are useful if you can see them instead of the color codes, right? Is you can do this really nice thing. It's just as simple as this. For your notes, dash R. In Magic, we have so dash R is telling it to actually interpret the color codes, and you won't see the color codes, but we will see the colors, which is what we want. So then we solve the problem, and that's really nice. And you can use this for any kind of logs that have color codes like this. So that's really cool. And we are going to see what that looks like in a moment. And ta-da! Isn't that very different that what we were seeing before, right? Completely different. And we can see how these cars are actually useful because we can see here we have an insert, we have select, right? Here we have rollback, so that means something is ending. Something in the database, some changes are being rolled back. So that typically happens on a validation error or with your test automatically roll back at the end of a test. They roll back naturally, so your changes go back. Right, so you don't have to manually undo your changes in a test, which is a good thing, right? Not having to do that manually. So now I'm going to do this again so you can see the difference. So this is like right and night, right? This without the colors and we can see the color codes we get in the middle, the clutter or output. This could be pretty readable if we actually didn't have the color codes, right? But without colors plus the actual colors, then the thing really starts to be really nice, right? So that's good. And this part doesn't have any colors because this stack trace, right, from an error. So that. So I hope you found that useful because I do. So the command again, if you didn't catch that, is ls dash r and then your log file. So this part, hold on, ls r and then you put your log file after that. Is that useful? What do you think? You can speak in the chat. I'm not going to. Well, so that's one thing. And the thing I use for that, if you also for your notes, that's called friendly ID. Friendly ID. Okay. And also for your notes is my site, which I guess I don't know who you are, but I guess you're really familiar with it. It's rubyguys.com. And if you want to buy my book, it's in there on the bottom. It will help me pay for better recording equipment so I can make more better videos for you. And the book is called Ruby Deep Dive. Really cool book that will teach you advanced, well, review Ruby basics and then teach you more advanced tips and tricks. So I think you should have that if you don't have it yet. Okay, so let's move on. So we learned that we can configure our coloring. We also learned that we can see our coloring, actually render coloring with less.r, which is a great less is great for reading logs and reading files. Okay, I'm going to give you one extra less tip since we're in here. So you can hit super cool ninja command you can do is slash. You type a slash just like that. You see it in the bottom there is this slash. You have to actually type that. Then you type if you want to search for something, you can. You just type what you want to search for. So let's say we want to search for insert. So I type slash insert. Then I press the enter key and tada, we have got some search results and they're highlighted for us. And if you want to uh, go to the next results, you want to keep going through the search for the same text, you press the N key. So we press N and there are more inserts as we can see highlighted for us. And to do that, I keep pressing the letter N in my keyboard. See, there are more inserts. That seems to be all. Then it scrolls back up once we went through all of them. So that's how this works. That's a really nice trick if you are using ls. Okay, so that's ls.r for reading logs with colors. So that's that. Now, what we have? I also extracted this partial for the lesson summary, so we can have this a little bit cleaner. Okay, so this is now on lesson summary partial. Lesson summary here. All right, so this is that. We have that render markdown. Oh, another thing I did is if we find our red, uh, what's that? Oh, red carpet. No. Well, I did so when you click on a link, if we open a new tab. Okay, so the way to do that is to use in HTML. You say this, you say target blank. So target, I think target blank like that. So you put that in an anchor link, and then what happens is that if we open a new tab by default, even if you don't do right click, open in new tab, if we do that, so like here, open link in new tab, right? If we do this by default when you use this blank target, so that's useful. You can see it in here. html.com. The first time I see this site, html.com is that new. So there, it looks like that. Target. Sorry, it's not underscore target, it's target blank, as you can see. And you put that in an anchor tag. Let me show you an actual example. I think this might be half it, so you can see what that looks like. No, this doesn't have it, but you can see if we go edit HTML, we can add it. It will look like this. Right, this is it. I don't know if that's too small of text for you, but that's what it looks like. Now when I click on that link, think yes, see it opens a new tab. I don't have to do right click open a new tab. So that's another thing I did for the links that you can have in here, which this doesn't have any, but other lessons do or will. I think this was a placeholder for now, but you can see the syntax highlighting working, which looks very nice, and bullet points and all of that. So the next thing I wanted to fix for actual new features is the sorting. So notice the sorting, the order of this list, right? This is a bit of a problem because it changes all of the time. To have control over this order, we need something. So you can base it on ID or create at, but that's not always the most stable or the best value to use. So one possible solution I found is to use this acts as list gem. So this seems like if we solve the problem, because another problem if you do like rank 1 or order 1 or position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you change the position of one item, then you have to move over the rest, right? And if you have to do that by hand, it can be a bit of a pain, right? So apparently this gem solves this problem, which is good. And if we know how to move over the items, so that's called acts as list. Let me type that for you if you want to note this down on your notes and research it or try it. Acts as list. So that's that. So it seems like the setup is pretty simple. Gem acts as list. Then we need a migration, which is good. So we need to add a position column, gem, then this thing. I think that's what we need. instance methods. Now, when we do that, we will get access to, let's say, scope to do list. Okay. You get access to these methods. So this look pretty useful. Insert add, move lower, move higher, move to bottom, move to top, remove from list. So all of these methods, we take care of reordering the list and making sure everything is working correctly. So we have, let me give you an example. So let's say we have items 1, 2, 3, and we want to change we want the 2 to become 1. So it's not enough to do that. We also need to change this other one, right? Then this can become the 1. The same, we want the 3 to become 1. It's even more work. We need to change this, then we need to change, well, this one doesn't need to, yes, this will need to change. Then this used to be 2, still, so this is becoming 1. Hold on. This is confusing it with little numbers. This needs to become 1, it means it needs to go over this 1. So first it needs to become 2, and then this becomes 3. So it steps 1 position. Then this needs become 1, and the other one becomes 1. See, we need to change. It's like, yeah, it can be confusing even for little numbers. Imagine if you have those are like 10 or 100, and you need to change one item in the middle. You're not going to do that manually, right? So that's the easy way to go about it. I wonder if you can, how will I make this work with my admin panel? I think that's not going to be a thing. And I'm going to have to use these methods by hand. This is what this is looking like right now. Let's see, access list, and then let's see if ministrate. I don't think I can do that. Let's see. Yeah. Well, active. Can I do that? Oh, that's nice. Hmm. But we're not using active admin, so this is a thing. Oh, I want this. That's so cool. Wow. That might be almost enough to make me redo the admin panel using active admin because this is really nice. Hmm. That sounds interesting. Host is different from Fixters. I guess you can use JSON. Right. Hmm. So, oh, wow, they have a lot of projects. Nice. I like this. Simple status functionality. What is that? Oh, wow. Has some nice, interesting things. Wow, that looks good. Good job. Since they haven't released a new version for a while, so that's something. But I like this. Looks clean. Is there a demo site we can see? I guess not. What about this? Oh, hmm. Oh, this could be useful too. Draft preview publish is kind of like a state machine. So in a state machine, you can do different states, like this example, publish, draft, preview, archive, things like that. That's You can implement that in different ways. One way to do that is a state machine, and what that is basically different states, and you can go from one state to the other based on some event, or you can trigger this manually. You can say, hey, go from draft to preview, go from preview to publish, right? You can do that. That's basically a stat machine. It's very simple construct or thing, and it seems like this what it's implementing basically. I think there are other gems. Yes, there are other gems to do this, to do this too. Okay, that's cool. Hasn't seen much activity, development activity, so I probably will then not use it, I think. But it's good. How about this one? State board. Okay. Well, pretty simple, but I guess it does what it's supposed to do. From here, what I like the most is that material active admin and the sortable thing. I think for now, we're going to go ahead and try this out. Okay. And if you are new here, my name is Jesus Castelló and my website is rubyguides.com. And I have a book which will help you prove your Ruby skills, and we also support my work on producing this kind of content for you. And I could use that because I need some new recording equipment, so it will be helpful. You can get a copy. So let's move on. So open my gem file. And we're going to add gem act as list, then bundle, bundle. There we go. Next, we will need a migration like that. Of course, we change the name. Oh, and if you have Ruby questions, feel free to ask. I will read in a chat from time to time. Okay, so I can answer these questions for you. So let's see. What do we have here? Uh, okay, so this is done. Now the next thing we need is, yes, the migration, right? So this is it. So add position to, uh, what's the thing? Lesson, right? So there we go. Stats. Ah, looks like that worked nicely. Very good. So let's, thanks. Hold on, I need to reply to something really quick. Thanks for chatting, Danilo. Um, okay, so that's that. Next, yeah, run this migration. We know how to do that. Reactive migrate. Okay, so we have our migration. That's good. Goody, goody, good. Of course, we don't have any positions yet. Um, What else do we need to do? Let's find out. Mm, 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 mm. This should be working already. So if you go into let's see, dashboard for lessons, it should be showing the position. Position. Okay, so let's do that. And this probably like that for now. Let's see what that looks like. Whoa. Um, we broke something. Oh, comma. There we go. No position apparently. So thing we can do. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go to courses and here this. And this will be the first one. This will be the second one. So let's do position 1 update and then position 2 update. Stack works. Okay. So now we want the things sort by position, which they already are in here, but not in here on the longer list. So to do that, let's see, we need there has money. We can do that like that. Well, let's do that then. To-do list, to-do item. So it will be course has many lessons. Order position as ask for ascending. So parallel we can do this. What if there is no position? Okay, this seems to work. How about that? Hmm. I don't know if that did anything. At least there is no error, so that's a thing. Let's try something in the... So you can do this Rails console when you want to try stuff inside your Ruby application. It's basically you are inside your Rails application. You can type code to test things out. So let's see if we can try some of these methods. First, last, lower item, higher item. Let's try this. Course dot first. This will be uh, course dot second. By the way, second is a Rails only method. There is no second in Ruby, so you know. Um, lesson. How about with this word if I say like higher item? No, lessons higher item. Undefine method higher item for lesson. Well, that's interesting. Guess we need that. Um, act as list, scope, and course. How about that? Higher item for guess not. Huh. To list the item first. What if we do that? Course dot second. Oh, not to the items. It will be lessons. Lessons. And if I method move to bottom, well, something is not working clearly. So let's try this again. Because this method should be available. If I method highlighted for collections proxy, maybe that's the problem. Uh-huh. Yes, that was the problem because we're getting a collection of lessons, not one lesson. So that's different, right? So that's the importance of working with the right class, which I like to stress a lot to my students. They get confused. This is a lessons active association collection proxy, and this is an actual lesson. Very different. The difference is that one has one set of methods and the other class has another set of methods, right? So we were getting the wrong class, and now this is working. So if we change this, move to bottom, I think we should get the correct order over here. I mean, the order should be switch, and it is. So that work. Move to top. How about that? Nope, didn't work. Ah, I guess because now the first lesson is the second lesson, right? So we need to do last title and pro lesson, right? Last and move to top. Ta-da! So that seems to be working. And if there is no position set, it seems like it just goes with the default thing. So that's okay. I like that it has some kind of default and it's not just an exception. Hey, I don't have a position kind of thing. So that's the access list gem. Okay, hope you like that. So the only thing we need here is to actually add some um, positions. So if we go to courses and then this one, we check this one. I want to make that one first. So if I make this number 1, there we go. That works very nice. Now if I want to move them using the admin panel, that's a whole different story, not history, story. Let's see. Is there like, I think, set list position? That could be a thing. Called insert add to. So let's say I take let's say I say this tier keyword and I say insert add to. So let's find that. So first lessons, yes, and then we want the lesson that says find by title. This will be the yield keyword. So we got our lesson and we're working with an actual lesson. So now we can say insert add to. Let's see how that works. Works pretty nice. What if we did insert add 1? Nice. Insert add 2. Huh, I like that. So the only thing we need to do is this insert and we take care of everything. So for that, I think we can, let's see, we might have to mess around with the controller for lessons. For more information, but it's not that much useful, so we can still take a look at that. I don't think it's going to help that much. So what I want is when I change a lesson to use this insert add automatically. So I don't have to go into the terminal to update the order of things. So that's what the update looks like. Find resource, scope resource. Well, I don't want to overwrite the whole method. I want to use the same thing that's going on and add something on top of that. So I believe one way to do that is using alias method. So something like alias method. Uh, let's see. So I think the first parameter is the this when you have just two parameters like that, it can be a bit confusing which is one or the other for the correct order, right? So let's look that up really quickly. Original. So first original. So create. Can we do this? I think we can for the controller. Create original create. Then we can rewrite or create like this. And hold on. When the original create to happen, but does it render specifically? I wish to know what the actual create looks like. If it's as simple as this, we don't need this trick thing. But let's go with this, test this out, see what happens. So let's see. We will need params. So they probably we already have. No, hold on. We need this. So lesson find params id. Then we will need lesson insert add uh, how does this handle strong params and things like that? I wonder. Params lesson uh, position. Think we can do that. Would be nice if that work. Oh, not create. This will be actually this will be update. I guess we need. Okay. Switch the order. Original update. Update. Undefined method insert add for update symbol. Okay. What do you mean update symbol? Huh? How about this? We have no params? How is that a thing? No, 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 no. How come we don't have any params? Hmm. Well, I guess we need to change our approach. And then do lesson update params lesson and do that. Then do that. How about that? What do you mean undefined method instead for update symbol? That should not be a thing. Uh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Nope, nope, nope. This. That's interesting. So we go to edit. Uh, why is edit has have anything to do with update? So let's look, and we have line lessons controller RB line 30. So that will be oh lol 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 lol. I had this for notes and I forgot about that. The interesting thing is that it's calling the method actually. It's not a syntax error, it's actually calling the method. So I want to go to what I had before, see if that works. Then we can delete that. Okay, so this is loading. What if I make this position to puff? Well, at least we have something. Now we should have params, and we do params, which is good. Lesson, and then position. We very much have a position, but I guess it needs to be to I. How about that? Did that actually work? Nice, it did. So the other lessons will now be number one. This lesson. No, So it didn't change it. It's also number 2. So that's a problem. Oh, this what? No, hold on. Hold on. The year keyword. Ah, position 1. That's good. So if I need change this position 2, this will become position 1. Nice. It works. I like that. Ta-da! Mission success. Mission successful. So this little trick ended up working after all. So that's good. I don't like having to request the lesson twice to update, but that's a thing. Because this original updating is doing the thing. So one way we can fix that is try this. Think that might also work, and we have cleaner code. So let's see if that's true. Tut, 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 tut. Tu, 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 tu. Tu, 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 tu. If you know what that song is, type it in the chat and we give you something. Don't know what yet, but tu, 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 tu. Tu, 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 tu. Here's another song for you. That's another one, or it might no, that's the same actually. So there's no thing. We need how about params lesson. We need the whole require permit. So that's why I had the other code because it's doing that for us. Hmm. Yeah, we can do the whole dot required and then specify the params. if the thing is already doing it for us, we don't need that again. Do I okay is in position? Oh well, I guess from the is coming as a string. So that works. Let me commit the changes. Uh, add acts as list. Yeah, that's another thing done. I like that. So now we have more control over our list. So I don't think we're going to need more gems than that. We're mostly done the gamification because if you depend on too many gems, then that can be a problem. You can go outdated and things like that. So I feel for lesson order, that's done. Definitely. No, these two things will be nice to have, or at least um, some kind of dollar links. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, something like that. And this I like because I don't want you to send you to another page when I link to the documentation. That works nicely. So now we can have control. Oh, I should probably make the first the zero keyword. I want this to be the first one. Is this going to work with that without changes? Let me see. Uh, Interesting. This hard coded to this value. And if I take this, yes, if I take the number out, okay, so it goes to pro lesson. Right. If I switch the lesson number, yeah, this just works. Yep. So we probably want to delete the thing So dashboard, the dashboard for courses, course dashboard. Hmm? Hello, there. I want that. Give me that. So we can now delete this first lesson. Well, I guess if we want to, hmm, it doesn't really matter anymore, but let me see if I have any first lessons on my actual site, the real site. I don't think I have defined the first lesson for anything. Yeah, source, and if I do that from my fixtures also, uh, there's fixtures, files, no files, no courses. We don't need the first lesson anymore. And then we can do this. Only one more thing, course la first lesson. Okay. Second last. Okay. Update. Uh, okay, we're good. Good. So we don't run into problems after that. So we don't need to handle the first lesson anymore because already handled by this new gem we just installed. And that's called, if you haven't paying attention, the new gem we just installed is called Acts as List. It's in the chat as well. It's pretty cool gem and easy to set up. So let me do this. Okay, so that and that. So we can push this now to my server, and we can do that very easily. We just tag it documaster. So this kind of like, oh, push, of course. This kind of like Heroku, my own version of Heroku. We need to force because we use amend. So it's deploying. You can type the, you can type in the chat ask questions or use chat. Well, that's doing the thing. So next, what do we want? Hmm. Mm -mm -mm. Well, I'm thinking what I need other than this. We will need the... Oh yes, the documentation. Hmm. Can also host my own documentation. Send people there. That could be a thing. Hmm. How about that? So the documentation uh, would look something like this. Uh, uh, or it can also look like, let's see, let's run this again with the default output. Them doc. What I want to know is how to use two things I would like to have. I would like to have access to the documentation in JSON format, so I kind of build a documentation API. I think that would be nice to have, because I would like to show a little window when you hover over a method, a Ruby method, shows you a window with what the thing actually does. Oh, let's see. That's not too bad actually. If you want size, string size, no. Uh, it is done. Uh, 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 uh. Ah, yes, this is what this looks like. squeeze, start with strep. Right, right. Trust is valid right now. So you can like send people the specific method, yes. That's not very complicated. They can host this because just static files. So it's a little bit too hard to host something like this. I think it's that big of a deal, but it's I think it's more like a nice to have feature. Hmm. Because if I want JSON documentation, then I will need to implement this thing, RDoc generator, RDoc generator. With this, I can, or you can create your own format, your custom format for the documentation. No, we need to run migrations on production. So that's a thing. So let's search for I think it's let's just do let's not search anything. Rec the migrate. There we go. Run it that command. Okay. You have our thing. Okay, so that's good. So we got that going. Um, uh, implement acts as list to okay. So that's a thing. Well, yeah, that's done. That's the production server. Discord forums because this is where I have my private forums for the members right now. But it's going to go away when the new site launches. It's probably going to use comments or questions and answer section instead because I think it's easier to manage one site than having two separate sites. Right? Because right now I have one site for the members and another for the forums, which is also for the members, but they are even hosted on separate servers, two, ser two servers. And if I have everything on one server in terms of the members, stuff, content, and in one site, I don't have to jump around the two sites to check if someone posted something new or anything like that. So yeah, that's a thing. Close extra links and my maps. Yes, yes. I also would like to do this. I know with GitHub, which is a little bit too hard to implement, as far as I understand. You need the Omni Auth gem for that. So, oh yes, yet another gem. I usually I don't want more gems, but Omni Auth GitHub. Alright, something like that. That's what we will need to do. Install these things, set it up. Seems pretty simple. The only concern I have held back is having two options. You will have create account normally, create account with GitHub. What would that look like? Hmm. Yep, yep, yep. That seems pretty easy. to declare the provider. Device for users, controllers. Okay. So fewer steps, but doable. Okay. That's quite a bit of work to want to do that. We did this already, and like that. Besides that, maybe we move this down and we move comments up as this more like a nice to have kind of thing since not that many people click on the links. think. La la la. La la la. Hmm. So I like the idea of commons, but calculable. And I also don't like that little pop-in. See, I don't know if you see that when I reload the page, you see that effect? Pop, pop. We do it again. If you look at the video, uh, pop, pop. It's very fast, but you can see something's happening. Pop, 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 pop. You see that? Um, so yeah, that's kind of a problem. Hmm. I'm just thinking if we can do anything about that. Because besides switching to another player, I guess when I have actual video recorded, I will deal with that. Oh, and these attributes are nice too. You can add default values since Rails 5 like this. So that's nice. Hmm. Yes, yes, in the find column, I know that. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to do this too, just to have it done, get it out of the way, like I said, right? I think that will be the thing. Make this three. So we have like a complete application, program, site. After that, the only thing I will have to worry about is the content. Switching in everything, all of the keys into production mode for the deploy. I think that's mostly it. Hmm. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop streaming for now. And think how to go about this. Maybe, oh, maybe add, let's see. Arithmetic, is that the right spelling? Method. Ah, yes, it is. So now we can make this position 1. Wow, something happened. Huh? We have roll. So I'm using this service rollbar for error notifications. Define method default for nil class. Wow. Okay. Why? Why would that be a thing? So did it actually? No. Huh. This is interesting. Wait. What? Why would this be some error? Well, let's look into it. What happened exactly? That thing. I see a rollback. There's another. So let's keep this window open and actually trigger the thing again. So position 1, update. So now we get the thing. So we can see there is a patch which is processed by admin license control update, and then if these parameters just doing some select and a rollback. Why? 16 license controllers RB16 admin. Ah, so drunk. Let's see what's that. License controller. Is this no? This is not. admin license controller. So that will be here. No, again, not that. This 16. So that's happening exactly then. The original update in define method default. Why? And that's interesting. Because that doesn't seem to happen in development. So what do you mean by default? And why is this stack tray so thin? Basic implicit random. That might be the problem. Or not. Who is calling this default? Axcams, James callbacks. Administrate application controller persistence. Callbacks. This seems to be happening somewhere and uh, huh. It's not clear who exactly is calling this default. So yes, happening in 16, which is this. I guess we need to do some code reading. That might be it. So let's open. So we want administrator GitHub. So let's see what the controller looks like. Show new, edit, create, update. Requested resource. Resource params. Is that how we want to do it? I don't know where the default part is coming from, but whatever. So it will be requested resource that resource params. So I think that's all of that we need. Basically, that's the original update. And we just need to add this little bit and there. would like to keep example, so I think that we can probably delete that. Let's see if that works. Seems like it's kind of. We need. Guess we need to add the redirect anyway. Okay. Oh, what? That doesn't help. Where's resource coming from? Requested resource. Makes sense. Yeah. Think we can change that. So now we working nice and fine. Yes. Seems to be. Oh, we can open the course from there. So the yellow keywords will be one. Uh, yes, this the yellow keyword. So that's working. I don't know what the deal is with that error, but we will have to trace exactly who's calling the default and why. Maybe even pull out the trace point or my own gem, the car graph. I just trace point some things like that because clearly the default method is being called on an empty object. It's not clear exactly what's the real line of code that's calling that. It's kind of hidden. Like maybe some metaprogramming stuff going on. Who knows? I think will be interesting to um, investigate that for sure. Maybe we can do some of that. Hmm. Rails console. Trace point. So TP, let's see, request the exact uh, things for that. Let me look that up. Trace point, trace. Right. And we can do like a block. So we want this. Oh, uh, let's come here for a moment. Row, well, trace point. So TP equals trace dot trace call. Then you get the object which has some methods in it. Method ID. So now if TP dot method ID I would like to stop here, but I think it's only available on uh, uh, yes, only development test. Would like to have that side. I guess makes sense. So hmm, Ruby version. Yeah, we need newer version than that for what I'm thinking. So I want put Scala, something like that. Oh, yes, I don't know what's going on, scrapping around. So it will be something like this. Put TP something like that. But then, huh, default. You want something like that. But then we want to trigger the guy controller from Rails console. So we can do up. Oh, that's a lot of things. no app dot get and something else. If we do that, wow, mm, that's a lot of stuff. Default hash within different access. I guess that's one place where it's called. And for the admin, we need to be logged in. All of that. That's quite a bit of steps to figure this out. Lots of steps. Uh, yeah, no, error notification. Default position. Oh, this seems more useful. Oh, snail because the position is snail. That will be more useful. So I'm looking at this file. Um, acts list.rb inside acts as list. So this file, I'm looking at. Anyway, we stop streaming now. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.